Also, last but not least, coming up, Mustache Power doing the video. He's also doing the last talk. And we're going to make, this is interactive, so you got to pay attention. There's a test at the end. So you're going to see some mustaches. I'm going to give that away. It was on the website, right? So there's going to be some mustaches. At the end, if you can tell him the name of the people whose mustaches you saw, the one who can say the most of them gets a chocolate bouquet, a bouquet of chocolate mustaches, and a gift card to Amazon.
Correct.
Let's do it.
All right, so about 10 years ago, I decided to do summer sales. I decided to sell pest control. I was a returned missionary. I was living in Utah. It seemed like the thing to do. So I convinced a buddy of mine to do it with me. We went to Tampa to start selling. And through a series of unfortunate events that's in no way related to my skills as a salesperson, our office was closed, and they sent me and Jonas down to southern Florida to become pest control technicians, or bug sprayers, as the technical term is. The first step to do that is you have to go to Orkin University. No, that's not a term we called it fondly. It's actually called Orkin University. In fact, there's 5 different colleges at Orkin University. And I am a proud alumnus not only of BYU, but also the College of Service, though that one doesn't always make my resume. So Orkin University consisted mostly of sitting in a hotel room with a bunch of other aspiring bug sprayers, quality individuals, and listening to a retired bug sprayer tell war stories about bugs and chemicals and stuff like that. It was lots of fun. And, being real university students, we were a little arrogant, and so we mostly slept through class. And when we took the written test, we still got about high 90s, and were immediately accused of cheating by all the other guys in the class who didn't do quite so well. After Orkin University, we got to go out and actually finish our training by going around with live bug sprayers. We followed them, we shadowed them. And this was the real eye-opener, because you would not believe the amount of trust that people gave these people. They had free reign over people's homes. In fact, people actually gave them like keys. They had giant keychains so they could service the homes when they weren't there. And keep in mind, they didn't look like this. These are Orkin guys on the commercial. But the guys we went around with were real Orkin guys. And, knowing how much training they had, this is why, I was boggled how much trust they would get. And so you can imagine, when it came time for us to go out and do our service, I was surprised that I didn't get the same respect and trust that they got. I was a clean-cut college kid. I was smart. And people didn't trust me. They followed me around their house. They're like, "Are you sure you know what you're doing? How long have you been doing this? Is that safe for my dog?" I was like, "Listen, I graduated summa cum laude from my class at Orkin University. I know what I'm doing." But, I was just boggled. I couldn't get how these people, many of whom didn't have high school diplomas, some of whom didn't even speak English, got trust, and I didn't. And so, I was trying to figure it out. My buddy was trying to figure it out. One day, I went to the workers' comp clinic for a mandatory drug test, and I had an epiphany. I was surrounded by all these blue-collar guys, landscapers, contractors. They all had one thing in common. You guessed it, mustache. So I told Jonas. He was like, "I don't know." I said, "Think of the guys in our office. Heck, think of the ladies in our office." He was sold. 3 weeks later, we had our own mustaches and unbelievable amount of trust from our customers. I know it's hard to believe, but we actually did an experiment. And this is not our experiment. This is the thing that tracked who took the most dumps. But it shows that we kept track of stuff like this. I mean, I didn't take any pictures of the other one, but I promise we kept track. And once I noticed this, things started to click with me. I started noticing mustache power everywhere. Like, why at BYU, where you can't even have a beard, even though Brigham Young had one, can you have a well-groomed mustache? Inspiration? I didn't think about it. And just a couple weeks ago, Travis Snyder, he put on a fake mustache in honor of his retiring manager. He just used some eye black. Result, 2 for 3 from the plate, 2 RBIs, and a record-breaking home run. That is mustache power. But you might be saying to yourself, "Listen, I'm not a bug guy. I'm not a celebrity. I'm not an athlete. How can a mustache help me?" Well, it might not help in every line of work. Or if you're a female, unless you're going into pest control or maybe the circus. But the point is, you can learn a lot from the principle of mustache power. You see, in every line of work or hobby, there are certain things that separate the professional from the amateur. And your goal is to figure out what those things are. I mean, you may not be able to put your finger on it, but there's always, a little je ne sais quoi that just makes you believe in certain people, products, or services. And so, if you are falling short of your goals in your professional and personal life, you got to ask yourself, what is it? I mean, if you were to ask the customers whose homes I serviced, why didn't you trust him? They wouldn't say because he didn't have a mustache, but they could feel it. So step outside your role, think outside the box, and ask yourself, what might I be missing? When you figure it out, you will go from good to exceptional. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is mustache power. That's my presentation, but coincidentally, there's another organization that recognizes the power of the mustache and puts it to use for good. And that organization is Movember. Now, we have started a local Movember team. Oh, that's all right. Our Movember team is, it was started by DJ is our captain. He's here somewhere. And Jeremy's helping out. Jesse's helping out. Josh DeRosa is doing a bunch of design for us. We've got our site up. It's at MovemberUtah.com. Oh, thank you. MovemberUT.com, the abbreviation for Utah. Here's how it works. You join the team. We ask that you donate at least $10 to join the team. And then for the month of November, you grow a mustache for the whole month to raise awareness and funds to fight prostate and testicular cancer. It's not just for guys. Ladies, you can be Mo Sisters and support your Mo Bros. But everybody check out MovemberUT.com and join our team.